Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It is Thursday. It's a shortened week, April 17th, 2025. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and thanks for joining us here. We're going to go through Netflix on multiple time frames, and we're going to end up with SPX. This is a little bit different than a usual daily analysis, but we're able to do this because we have some time on our hands, and Netflix earnings is tonight, so I want to make sure I get this out to you. That maybe if you throw in the comments if you want me to do this for all the big names for earnings, and I'll consider doing this in the daily analysis if you'd like. If not, then I won't have to. So here we go. We have Netflix on the monthly time frame. By the way, we're doing this intraday. If you're interested in getting all these videos intraday, especially when your earnings are after the bell, then consider becoming a 99-cent a month member. It helps support the channel and allows us to make these videos often. Okay, so here we have Netflix on the monthly time frame. We have this channeled out here. It's looked really good throughout time. Clearly, it's a bullish market. I'm not going to go over the full-length Elliot wave, but we'll do on the daily time frame. We'll look at what's happening here. And so you saw that price action reached the mid-range straight from the bottom. Just a wonderful move. Did we hit this move? Any of this? I didn't. I don't really pay attention to Netflix. It once known as the Widowmaker, I believe. I don't trade it very often, but if I would, it would be with an in-out spread type action. And so speaking of that, I'll put the video up above, and that will fall into our narration today. So make sure you stick around. All right, and just quickly looking at some of the oscillators, we're getting really up there in the overbought territory. We don't have negative divergence, and so we're starting to get it on the slow stoke. We're starting to get a sell signal, but I just want to point out that anything can happen with earnings, especially with Netflix. Huge gaps, and if we see a new high coming up here and testing this mid-range channel, I think that that will be a great sell signal, and that's when those in-out spreads where you limit your risk and give yourself some time, and also mitigate any of those Greek risks as well. So I know that might not appeal to all you guys, but it really matters in the options market if you're playing options. So let's go down to the weekly. On that weekly time frame, here is a good look at the trend line. We're using the wick here. We're not using the actual bottom of the wick, so there's a benefited outline. Sure, you could draw it out a little bit. And so on the weekly time frame, we have this beautiful trend holding on to right now. And then we have some highs that occurred. Let's see if we can bring out the time range here so you can see. Let's go 15 years. So you have these highs that come across, and I could adjust it to where the high comes in, but I'm going to leave the benefit of the doubt. So if we make a new high, that's going to be another resistance point. And then, quickly looking at the oscillator here, the MACD, then we'll have negative divergence. We don't have it on the weekly time frame either. Even though we have a sell signal, we're well into bullish territory. So Netflix can still make a new high. We do have a negative divergence on the RSI. And so that is all you need, to get a really big correction, but it would be so much more of a sell signal if we can eke out a new high and get that negative divergence. And that's very possible, especially with the kind of setup we're seeing here that looks like a bull flag. So let's go over to the daily. And on the daily time frame, trend is our friend. Here's that trend line again. And now I have it all the way down to the bottom because, in the weekly time frame, we have a wick. But in the daily time frame, you see that price action made it all the way down here. So you don't see it all the way to the bottom here. And if you wanted to, you can draw it like a double line where there's a zone and such, or you could draw it on the weekly time frame and use your daily board to get that there. So there's different ways you can draw things. Here is the tops. If you connect these two tops here, this here, you can even extend it up to go with the wick of that move there. And so you get top to top to top. You see you're using the body on that daily time frame. I know it's hard to see zoomed out here. Either way, the whole point is you're going into the mid-range here of that channel. You have this top here. You have a lot of confluence there. And if we see a new high, probably limited, but it's possible. And so I think this would be a wonderful setup, an objective, short setup here for a trade. And I'm not going to do anything here. When you have this flag, very similar to Bitcoin right now. And so we're breaking out, right? The only other way I think this would be a good setup is, again, if it's like Bitcoin and you get a drop here into earnings, some sort of test to the bottom, 50, 60, 70% retracement, then I think there would be a nice buy signal, as a matter of fact. And that may even retest if our trend line is here. That might even be a test of the trend line. That would be an objective long. Okay, so these are the things you want to have set up when you're doing charts for earnings. This isn't going to give us a bias, Art. This isn't going to say, oh my gosh, it's breaking out, so we're bullish, it's going to gap up. No, this could easily gap down and then rip after the earnings. Okay, so in my opinion, it's better to be reactive afterwards instead of playing your cards with earnings. And if you're using options, then you're going to get vol crushed anyway. Even if you're in the correct direction, it's just highly likely that your trade will be not worth the risk reward. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll leave that there for now. And just let's end this video off with, here is an Elliot count. We have a possible 1, 2. I know that we can think of a wave 4 here as well as a triangle. That's why I have that drawn out here. So it's all speculation. And I'm just looking at this as possibly being a 1, 2. And then you have this large wave 3 going in here. Is 3 done up top here? Or is it done just a little bit lower and you have your 5 in? That's what we're going to wait and find out. Now, this 162% target was the correction going into 21 into 22. And this would be our extension here. And if you have watched previous videos, just like gold, for example, that was our target. We got to the target, now breaking down from it, forming some sort of flag here, a correction. And this really could be the start of a new downtrend. So that's what we're going to see with earnings. Do we break to new lows? That's possible, and that's going to be very bearish. I still think that the market is going to make a test to the bottom or a new low, and then have a nice correction. So does this follow suit? Does this help the market go lower for a gap down? And then we get some into tech earnings. We get new highs, and maybe this leads the market. Perhaps. Okay. So we'll just keep that narrative in mind. And looking at the indicators, we have negative divergence here from high to high. And we formed a negative divergence when we broke down. Nothing to see in the new point here other than we're at a neutral stance. Slightly bullish because we had a bull cross. But anything could happen with earnings. And we're into the oversold territory or overbought territory with the slow stoke. So, really just neutral going into earnings. And then the other thing would be our Elliot oscillator. And so this says a lot. And that kind of says right here, is this our major? Is this the intermediate wave 3? Or does this tell us 3 going into 5 for the lower degree, and then the higher degree wave 4 is here with the corrective move? And clearly it's an ABC at this point. Or is it a 1-2, 1-2? All right. If we make new highs, then I suspect we should see, and I'll keep a placeholder here for now. We should see a lower high with this Elliot oscillator, and that would be a great short, objective short at that point. Okay, let's get this. Oh no, I'm not done. We have to go to SPX. And I'm just going to end it on SPX because there's nothing really new here. And so I just wanted to get that out. This is going to be part of our daily look here. And so we're holding on to this support zone here. All right, once resistance. And where did we get that from? A while back when we're looking for the market to crash, where are we going to stop? We're looking at this zone being another support area. Well, it's becoming support and resistance now that volatility is coming down, because you have a consolidation here. You have a little point here. So that created the support zone. And so that's what we're holding right now. In my opinion, I just think that we're having an inside day to pause. It's a short week, and then we'll continue our breakdown going into next week. And we broke down from this rising wedge right here, had a nice move, and just ending the light volume week. And we should see continuation for either a higher low or a lower low. And you can watch yesterday's video if you want more details on that. But so far, we just don't have any evidence of being bullish. If you're trading off of this support, great. If you're entering in a long position, fantastic. You're going against the 8 EMA and the 20 trend indicator to the downside on the daily time frame, and you probably want to place your stop right underneath here, and you get out of your trade. Okay, so I don't recommend that, but we got burned right here going into liberation. That's exactly what I did, because I thought we'd get a bigger correction. So noted that I have to stick to my trading plan and not trade with emotions. McClellan oscillator. It looks like it's breaking out. Is that a sign we're getting into the, or is this we're just going to get overbought going into these downtrends into the moving averages? And then we head back for a higher low here. So looks like we're just in a trend here. The breadth is strengthening. Is that a sign? We'll have to see. We don't have any confirmation of any sort of low at this point. DMARC. A 13 count. Sell exhaustion. All right. So, is this a clue that we need to go higher? All right. We have that scenario in mind. If you want to look at that scenario, got to check out yesterday's video. And I'll give you both scenarios of what I'm looking at. Nothing else to view here. Again, we go through all of them yesterday. And on the weekend, we'll show you. Make sure you watch the weekend video, because we do show you an exhaustion signal, a sell exhaustion signal on the weekly time frame. So that's something to keep in mind. Are we putting together a bullish puzzle? Perhaps, but we need to see more evidence. Right now, we're still in the downtrend. So here's SPY, and the only thing that we have on here is the money flow index showing us positive divergence. The only positive divergence we have in any of our indicators. So it sounds right now like I'm building this bullish case, but what I'm doing is, giving it now. If we talked about all these possible sell exhaustions, now if we get above that 8 EMA, we get above that 20, and we break that downtrend line that I'll show you here. we break, and I'll add the moving averages. If we get above, all right, that's very possible. Get back above 532, and maybe after Netflix, maybe it's very positive, and tech becomes very positive at this point. So 532 would be the point to get over here, and then we have to see some signs, and you'll notice on the lower time frames when we do our other videos, we have a downtrend line here as a possible triangle that might form. So if you start breaking down from that triangle, that's kind of coinciding with this 20 moving average as well. So in a break of this downtrend line, that will say it all in one bit there. So, we're looking for something. 524 is our support at this point. So if we lose 524, this continues to the downside. All right. So we're leaning bearish because of our 8 EMA and our 20. It says the trend's going lower. We don't have any confirmation of a bottom. And we can start to get bullish if this move starts to continue to go higher. All right. Thanks for joining us here, OptionsTender. Have a wonderful weekend, extended weekend. And if you celebrate Easter, then fantastic. Have a wonderful Easter. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.